good morning. Malipayon kapag abot ng ginagbubuhan diwan. To start with our program this morning, we request everyone to please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiil sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw. May dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhati't pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Kumakamay! No!
At this point, we call in Honorable Eric C. Cordero as Sangguniang Bayan member and chairman ng Committee on Tourism for his welcome message.
Arguably, the equivalent word for this morning is tayok, but it's worth the wait. Bupay ka pag-abot na butuhan diwan, na kung among kalipay na inyong magbibisita sa among higugba o gidasig na lungsod. It is an honor. Sa tinuod po kami nagtarong nga yung ani kapaspas ang inyong gesture of reciprocity. We are humbled with your visit. Mayor Jose Carlos Cari, Vice Mayor Butawan, Congresswoman Carmen Cari, at City Admin Attorney Kayunta, City Councilors, our fellow councilors, department heads, on behalf of the people of Diwan, Mayor Alice Gonzalez-Juan, the Vice Mayor Veronica Capacama Ramirez, dawatan ninyong among kinasigkasig na pag-welcome sa inyong tanan. Inawag ito nga among mahatag ang pagtagal na parehas sa among pag-amunga sa grupo ni Ferdinand Magellan 500 years ago. That's right, before reaching the small island of Limasawa, Magellan first landed in Monpon, an island as big as Panglao, Bohol, 12 nautical miles from here. If you have heard anecdotal stories sa mga bawod nga murag kapilya at katason, dito na sa taas sa unahan. Pasensya na po kung medyo tourist guide siya nga mong peg, no? Because we always want to flex our thumb in every opportunity that we do there. We hope that our benchmarking activity will have this productive and consequential result. This is solid proof that Nakbay-Aral are not all that pointless. We just have to choose rightly. So when the Local Economic Development Council convened to identify the area of its benchmarking activity in the region, Baybayo City was top of the mind. In fact, it was their own choice. And we were right. The takeaways from that 3-day visit exceeded our expectations. Firstly, your infrastructure projects, massive as they are, blend well with the natural environment. While your seafront development is on reclaimed land, the sprawling parks and open spaces dominate the landscape, testament to your deep family orientation and balanced environment. More emulation is how visionary and forward-looking you are by developing the countryside. Claiming that kamang na pinakanindot nga city hall sa tibuok Visayas. Imposing yet welcoming, is strategically located, spacious, well-appointed, and citizen-friendly. The Colosseum-inspired sports center is complemented with huge convention hall with lattice design for facade, some cultural reference there, and made accessible by a very lapad kaayo na highway in this part of the country. I could only imagine the Ibraa or even Palaro being held there with Mount Pagasugan for Ipagtra and Buknaw Gagata sa Cabao o kamote flavored ice cream for refreshments. At ang paborito sa among municipal treasurer o among market manager ang langka chips. Kay makakusog daw sa metabolism. Immediate ang effect. Good thing medyo complete ang mga facilities ang Baybayi City. And these physical growth are only matched by your trailblazing administrative innovations, such as the BMIS, Tourism Statistic Management Mechanism, Data Management System, to name a few. We're noting hapon ang inyong pag-leverage sa Osaka, long-standing asset sa city, Visayas State University. President Jovan is here. The knowledge and technical applications give Baybayi that distinct advantage. All this said, smart urban planning at its best, we would say, underscoring that Japanese mantra of form and function. Kung naman mas excited sa aming arrangement kami yun, as we hope that your kind of governance and exponential progress rub upon us. How to be you, sabi nga ng mga Gen Zers. We have high hopes that this inter-LGU collaboration and cooperation present mutual benefit for our people. After all, we are connected on many aspects with many areas to explore on environment, agriculture, history, culture, and faith. Our patroness is Our Lady of Immaculate Conception, same as Baybayi's. Our most visited pilgrim site is the Shrine of Anthony de Padua, Shrine of the Pacific. Your Litawan Peak is breathtaking. Our highest point, the Bacasa Radar Station, with the Doppler radar facility, only one of the few in the entire Philippines, offers a 360 degrees view of the Pacific and the Lake Gulfs. So if we have certain areas like the Pacific, meron kaming tranquil side, which is good for water sports, the Lake Gulf. We have to insist that you find time to visit these sites, to be fully here. So this is one of the findings for our two localities. The MOU is one tangible affirmation of this new affinity. Yes, Baybayi, one D1, mo ayaw buta.
salamat, Councilor Eric Cordero. And at this point, we call in Attorney Durante June Cayuga Jr. for the introduction of guests or delegates from the city of Baybay. A round of applause. Thank you very much, Mayor Annalisa Gonzalez Juan. Thank you for your hospitality, and I am honored to introduce to you the Team Lihok Baybay, who are all with us here this morning, headed of course by our Mayor Jose Carlos Elcari. We also have our City Vice Mayor Erling Butawan, together with the Sangguniang Panglusog members. We have here former Mayor Carmen Elcari, Honorable Joe Jose Barusmo, who was also former President of the United States University, Honorable Simon Astorga, Honorable Dominic Murillo, Honorable Ike Aragaza, Honorable Toto Avila, and Honorable Ramon Ronald Veloso. Not only do we have our elected officials, but we also have all our appointed officials, the department heads of the city of Baybay. We have here our city agriculturist, Ms. Mora Marquez, our city information officer, Ms. Maris Cano, our city environment and natural resources officer, Engineer Greta Cabito. We have here our Sangguniang Panglusog Secretary, Attorney Del Villalon. Our city tourism officer, of course, you all know her, okay? Ms. Josie Gutierrez. We have here our city assessor, Ms. Gina Tambada. Our building official, Engineer Desiree Agustin. Our local civil registrar, Mr. Noel Malagbanag. Our Popcom officer, Ms. Maribel Malagbanag. Of course, our city legal officer, Attorney Tata Kahig. Of course, also, ang namuno ani Muragmogi ni Brainchild ani pagbisita diri sa Giwan. Our city planning and development coordinator, Engineer Patrick Postrero. Our head of slaughterhouse, Junadel Tan. Our supplies officer, Ms. Jenica Ramirez. Our internal audit services officer is Grace Tripoli. Of course, our city treasurer, our city treasurer, Ma'am Inday Manatan. Some of our department heads are still coming. Okay, we have two posters actually coming in here to B1. Pero more nalangay-langay lang sila mayor, but they will all be here. Our city accountant, our chief of hospitals. We also have here, we also have here our city traffic management officer, Mr. Jason Colocar. Our CBRRMO, Engineer Reese Ostero. Our budget officer, Mr. Raul Mabini. Wala na po ba, Mayor, nag-CR patingali, but again, in behalf of the city government of Baybay, it is our pleasure to be here, and hopefully we will have a very fruitful sisterhood partnership. Once again, talagang salamat. Yes, Baybay. 1v1. Lihok Baybay. Thank you so much, Attorney Durante Jr., the City Administrator of City of Baybay. At this point, we call in Vice Mayor Ernesto Butawan for the introduction of the undertaking.
Bilang paggunita ng buwan ng wika, ako po'y humingi na paintulog. Sa awalan ito, bibigay tayo ng konting kalumpati committee ng Iwan. Maraming salamat po sa mainit na pagtanggap sa mga opisyalis ng City of Baybay. Actually, ngayon lang ako nakarating sa Giwan. Giwan, sa nalalaman ko, used to be referred as the reference point kung ano man merong disturbances sa weather natin. Pero ngayon, sa biyahe namin, pagdating dito, nakikita ko that Giwan is also imbued with beauty and abundance of nature. Napawaw ako sa nakita ko ng Paglason. Kasi anong kalawak? Ang layo pa ng bukid. Sa amin, sabi na natin ko siya kanina, medyo gumawa pa kami ng reclamation para magkatagal yung area namin. So, talagang ang location ng Giwan talagang maganda. At kaya na kami nandito, sabi ng city administrator namin, na kailangan din kami ng partner na pwedeng makabigay ng mga practices na pwede namin gayahin o mga biyaya galing sa inyo makarating sa amin. Kaya titingnan nyo sa mapa, yung Giwan pala, siya yung nakaharap sa silangan. Nasa inyo yung pagsikat ng araw. Yung sa amin naman, doon lumulubog ang araw. Kaya iniisip namin, kung ano man ang biyaya mula ng pagsikat ng araw sa namamula ng baybay sa paglubog ng araw. Ito yung tema bakit meron tayong memorandum of understanding. Gusto namin na makatulong din kayo sa amin in terms sa preparasyon sa disaster just in case na binibisita tayo ng mga bagyo. So ito po, pinakamagandang partnership sa ating dalawang magaganda at mga pugihan, sa Bisaya pugihan ang mga leaders sa politika. At dito yung mayor namin, no? The planner of the city of Baybay, together with the officials also, for so long a year, no? Dami na talagang nagawa. But today, we would like to notice not only the population of Giwan, but also the heart of the people of Giwan. Para naman magkaroon tayo ng pulido na samahan at unification pagdating sa ating sisterhood. Once again, thank you at magandang umaga sa atin.
Thank you so much, Attorney Ernesto Bucon, Vice Mayor of Castilla Palacan. At this point, we will now proceed to the signing of Memorandum of Understanding. We request Honorable C. Carlos L. Harry, Mayor of City of Baybay, and Honorable Elisa P. Gonzalez-Juan, Mayor of Municipality of Iwan. Please be front for the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding. To be witnessed by the elected officials of City of Baybay and the elected officials as well of the Municipality of Iwan. Thank you so much, Mayor Jose Carlos L. Cari and Honorable Annalisa D. Gonzalez Juan. At this point, we may hear his message. We may call it again the Mayor of the City of Baybay, Mayor Jose Carlos L. Cari.
Thank you. Glory to God, our Almighty, and glory to our patroness, our Lady Immaculate Conception. Mayor Annalisa Gonzalez Juan, the Sangguniang Council members of E1, Municipality of E1, department heads, everyone, well, from the Baybay side, I introduced that. So to everyone, good morning. And congratulations to us. Finally, the day has arrived that we have formally undertaken to have a twinning or sisterhood with the municipality of Iwan. To the residents of Iwan and the officials, bye-bye is your long-lost brother. And finally, we have arrived here in Iwan. You know, my family, my sons and daughters have gone and back to Iwan many times. Ako lang ang wala. And it has been a dream to come here to Iwan. You know, the most famous place in Samar is Iwan. When I do that, hindi na nadali so. Iwan is the most famous place in Samar. So, Karoni, ano po. And I think that was last month when your department heads had your local development council meeting or workshop held in Baybay, and I was privileged enough to meet a few of them who went to the city hall, and we have discussed many things beyond tourism. One of which is the interest of your local government to have an information system, maybe based on our barangay management information system. On the other note, kami po sa Baybay, we have already discussed with my fellow Baybayanos officials long before we met your officials. We need to put up a weather station for our Jerusalem sa Baybay. And although we are both located, Iwan and Baybay, both located in Region 8, but we are, as mentioned by the Vice Mayor, we are on the other side of the region. We are located on the easternmost part of Region 8, and we are located on the westernmost part of Region 8. And both of us are always affected by calamities and typhoons, but there's a distinct difference. Your place, as mentioned by Vice Mayor, being used as reference, pero natatamaan din ng bagyo madalas. Affected kayo ng wind and rain. Kami naman, although less affected kami sa wind because of our mountain ranges, but we are the most affected by rain, flooding, and landslide. Actually, 2 years ago, we had an unfortunate incident when Storm Agapon visited our place. So, while the people of Iwan, while visiting our city hall, na-mention po na ako. And other than that, maybe have a cooperation with some of your Mr. folks and open up trade with them, with you here in Iwan. Because although Baybay and Iwan are coastal city and coastal municipality, but we differ in resources. Because Baybay is fronting the Cebu and Leyte body of water, and andun lahat ng mga munisipyo ay cities, and there's somewhat na ay overfishing na sa among area. Unlike here in your side of the region, vast pa ang resources, and maybe we could, yun na lang ang hindi pa namin na bibigyan talaga ng lunas o solusyon, yung pagbaba ng presyo ng isda sa lugar namin. We have managed to have in place the interventions for vegetable, high-value crops and livestock, and among others sa agriculture. Pero we have not really managed to lower the cost of fish supply in our town. And maybe in our city, maybe we can explore. Sabi ko nga, might as well, because both of us, our local government has the duty, to serve our people, respect our people. And why don't we have a system or a cooperation to enhance further our local governance and our respective communities? Help each other on the aspects that we are weak, and your strength may be to help us. Maybe some of our technical side, our engineering planning office, can also help you here in Iwan if needed. So this day has the right to have a formalities to make both our local government related na mag-ano na tatawag, magkapamilya na, karente na, magsuko na tatawag, Mayor I would like to thank all the people of Iwan and the officials and you, Mayor Alvista, for the warmest welcome. We hope and we pray, and I'm sure we will enjoy our stay here in Iwan. We are all excited. We are excited with the room. Iskutan pala dito sa amo pag-anhing excited na tayo. So we immediately sent our tourism officer and planning officer to arrange everything. So thank you, and we are happy that we are here now, perfecting this understanding. Thank you and good morning. Mabuhay!
Daghang salamat, Mayor Jose Carlos L. Cari. At this point, we call in Honorable Annalisa P. Gonzalez I, Mayor of the Municipality of Iwan, for her message.
Thank you very much. But before I proceed with my message, I would like to introduce to you my Sangguniang Bayan and the people behind the success of Iwan. May I please call in Honorable Rogelio Pablao, Consejero. Honorable Jonas Abuda. Honorable Eric Cordero, of course, you know him because he was here. And our department heads. I would like to call in the department head of our accounting, Adrian Leonardo, from the GSO, Rizal V. Salavida, from our municipal engineer, Engineer Lito Bayo, and MPDO, Nenit Equio, of course, our tourism officer, Janet Israel, and our Sangguniang Bayan Secretary, Sir Recti Melquiades, our disaster officer, Eugenia Padual, our terminal manager, Don Pabelio. And of course, from the OMAS, Chris Catayon, and the other councilors, they are on travel. Our vice mayor is not feeling good. She is in Manila. Natalisod, kaya naman nakahilis. Okay, so, natawag ko na lang. Okay. Welcome to Giwan, City of Baybay. I am really very happy to welcome you to this beautiful, humble municipality of Giwan in Eastern Samar. When my department heads arrived after their visit from Baybay, they had all the good words about how they were treated, how they were warmly welcomed by your people and you yourself, Mayor. Salamat po. That's why when I saw each other in Tacloban during the call of Speaker Valdez, I really approached you to say thank you for the warm welcome that you gave to my people. I'm really very happy that we have this formalized our agreement because really po kaayos sa baybay ko, even if I haven't been there, but when I was younger, working at the Philippine Commercial International Bank, bata at that time, sige, nag-agod baybay, kailangan ko na-resort, kasi ako na-resort dito na ako at tuwan. That was in 1989, 1988, 1985. That was a long time ago. Nakaad ko na kung bye-bye. But, pero, ang ako, mahinod ko man sa bye-bye, ako naging mayor, that the leaders of bye-bye, they're the VIPs of Eastern Visayas. Diba? Diba? Mga kamag-anak ng mga Pitillas, sila yung mga big-wigs there. And receiving you here, welcome you here, it's really a great honor and it's really our pleasure. I hope that you will enjoy it here and experience the hospitality of the Libanans. I would like to read the speech that I wrote this morning when I woke up. Para lang, in behalf of the municipality of Giwan in Eastern Samar, it is my pleasure and pride to welcome you all to this beautiful and historic town located at the southernmost tip of Samar Island that boasts 57,000 hospitable, kind, and beautiful people. Yes, the sun rises in Giwan because we face the east. You know, City of Baybay, we really would like to learn from you and your city, especially in areas where we feel that we need to improve and even excel in. Now that we are fast growing and urbanizing as a municipality, with the new policy now of automatic classification of LGUs, maybe Giwan will be classified as a first-class municipality. Now we are second-class. But hopefully, ma-reclassify kami to first-class. learn from you: solid waste management, local economic enterprises management, transportation, disaster response, investment, promotion, tourism, and efficiency in delivering social services. Most of all, we would like to emulate your city as one of the most conducive homes to many businesses in Visayas, in Leyte. I envision Giwan as a municipality with an economic dynamism that is forwarded and sustained by its good relationship with the private sector. Honestly, I don't know yet what Giwan can offer you. Okay? But I am confident that there is something worthwhile that our small, humble town can share with the city of Baybay. Maybe we can share how we were able to survive the super typhoon Yolanda. The strongest and the first landfall was in Giwan. But if we go around, you will not see traces that we were totally devastated in 2013. That if you go around, maybe your constituents can enjoy our seas and surfing waves. I am sure they will love Giwan. Just this morning, I apologize for coming very late because the Department of Tourism from Manila visited me because they would like to improve and to develop our surfing areas. At last, this time, they were recognized na kami ng national government. Most probably because doon ka sa luwag, di ba? The speaker is from Eastern Visayas, the president is from Eastern Visayas, the minority leader is from Eastern Visayas. Sige magpapangayos, sige magpapagulong na tagain. So, they're recognized na. And that is the beauty that the powers will be. That's why we really have to take advantage now that our leaders, our bosses, tingnan diri sa atin. We have time and the luxury of a budding great relationship. Our natural environment is rich and lush. We have strong historical and heritage programs. We have the best areas for eco and adventure tourism. And we have abundant raw products which may encourage trade, tourism, and cultural exchanges. You mentioned about fish. Kaya ulit ninyo, you bring fish. Kaya yun ang pinakamaayo din sa Giwan. Ipatanggal ninyo sa styrofoam and that's it. Kaya ang isda dari, ang lamig ba, ang taste niya, lahi sa uban. It's probably because of the type of season that we have. So, lamig yun. Ako, every time I go to Manila, when I visit friends, when I visit senators, is that cute at ako ihatag sa ila para dili ko nila matalimtahan. Actually, gamay man lang ang amo Ira or Nata. Our budget is only ngayon less than 300 million lang. Pero kung makatanaw, kadaghan yung mga infra, maayo man kung mangayo. I am a beggar. So, sige na kung pangayo because if we depend on what we have here, hindi yun namin kaya. But then, daghan tayo kasing-kasing. There are really so many people. You just tell the history of you because we are really very rich in history. I am sure we can move and proceed with our discussions later when we go around. We can learn from each other and promote both Giwan and Baybay's continued progress and development. This is just the beginning, and we all know what they say about beginnings. Great things start from there. I would like to end my talk without telling you about Giwan. Giwan is a town of natural beauty, culture, and creativity, rooted in our rich cultural and natural heritage and history spanning more than 500 years. Giwan is home to the first islands in the archipelago visited by Magellan and his crew, the world's first circumnavigators. Kaya sa 500 years, this centennial celebration, Giwan was part of the first circumnavigation of the world. When Spain celebrated the 500 years na circumnavigate ni Magellan, naging part po ang Giwan. In Spain, it started to the 1590 and Magellan landed in Giwan at 1521. That was 5 centuries ago. Giwan played an instrumental role in shaping the course of history. It was here on our shores that Ferdinand Magellan's fleet made its historic landfall, marking the beginning of an epic journey that would forever change the course of human exploration. Giwan, with its strategic location and warm hospitality, became an indispensable part of the historic voyage, offering respect and provisions to weary sailors embarking on a journey of unprecedented magnitude. At the heart of our town is a historic and unique Baroque church from the 16th century that continues to stand proud as Giwan's landmark. If you will notice, Giwan is Dulo. We are the tip. Dulo kami. After Giwan is the Pacific Ocean. You can sail to Guam, you can sail to Australia, because we are the tip. And you will be surprised, why is it that Giwan is progressive? We are the only town with no foundation date. We do not have foundation date because nag-research sa Spain, bisan asa, wala gid na kasulti kung saan ang foundation date. Kaya amo nilang ihimong ang foundation date during fiesta. Ngano? Because even when Magellan arrived Giwan, naanay civilization diri. Kay in the olden days, na nagwala kay kalsada, ang travel, dagat tanan. Unya nakalami sa dulo. So, tanan going up north, going down south, ang Giwan kita ilaghan. Rest area nila. Kaya may mga makina pa that time. So, they have to rest in Giwan. That's why, the friars that time, naggawa sila ng napakaraming simbahan. You will notice our church is big. It can accommodate thousands of people. But, tatanungin ninyo ha, that is a 15th century church. Napakaha nga naghimuman ang mga pari that time kung dako masimbahan. Naku, may daghan na tao diri. It was because daghan man ang mga sa Giwan na dili mga Giwan. So, diri na hihimo ang simbahan nila po. Siguro nag-travel mo, diba? Makatagdagan yung LGU sa inyo nalitan. Pag-abot ninyo sa Giwan mo yung mga, yeah, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Iba ang ano sa Giwan. Iba ang beauty, iba ang vibes pag sa Giwan. And very peaceful po. This is the most peaceful place of Samar, the Giwan. We hosted one of the biggest U.S. naval bases during World War II that contributed to the liberation of the Philippines. Nagpili ang mga Amerikano. There were 200,000, 100,000 to 200,000 Americans here during the Second World War. They didn't really prepare. They were thinking that the Japanese would invade the Philippines and it would be here in Giwan. That's why they constructed a secret airport, a classified airport. Nobody knew that an airport was being built here in Giwan. So if you go around, you can see our airport. So even the biggest plane can land, can use our airport. That is, wala pa namo we were able, there were two runway, but the other runway was not preserved. But the airport now is preserved. So it is still developed. Kumbaga, American war standard. That's why during after Yolanda, after Super Typhoon Yolanda, Giwan was the hub. When the airport in Tacloban, dili magamit, ang gigamit na airport Giwan. So tanan ng mga planes from Italy, from France, Japan, and other countries, they use Giwan as their landing point. And then from areas affected by the typhoon. And also we have Tobago Island, the first United Nations refugee camp for 6,500 white Russians. With the advent of communism in Russia, ang mga dili musugot during the Bolshevik Revolution, wala sila, they have to go out, to get out of Russia. So nag-adto sila China. Kaya dili man sila maka-accept sa communism. And to tell you, ang nagawa sa Russia, there were the professionals, there were the middle class. Kaya ang muamo sa gobyerno, mga medyo aram-aram, mga intelligent people. So they went to China. And eventually, ang China nag-communist. So, ang leader nila wrote the United Nations na sulat sa United Nations na i-relocate sila because China communist na. And ang United Nations nagsulat sa daghang countries, but nobody responded because there were 6,500 Russians. They were called white Russians. Why were they called white? Because they are not red. So they were called white Russians. So, ang ginawa, sumulat sila, walang nag-responde. It was only the Philippines who responded during the time of President Quirino, Emilio Quirino. He was the president who accepted them, and they were brought to D1, to Tobago Island, because they were thinking that since that was from 1949 to 1951, since the Americans just left D1, President Quirino was thinking that there were still structures and facilities left by the Americans. Only to find out that when the white Russians arrived in D1, wala na pala. Kaya ito ka naman kita mga Pilipino. Maghawa na kami ang mga Amerikano na naghawa, na kami na maligyan, hindi mo maligyan na. People from Luzon and other parts of the Philippines, ipalitan atong mga consultants, mga kumato sa lima, bisa na tao ang kalsada, naghihimo sa Amerikano, putol-putol na, naghihimo na mga slam, mga fences ng mga balay. So in other words, when the white Russians arrived, there were 6,500, wala na. So they stayed, sabi nila sa history, they stayed in the jungle. But when I became the mayor in 2004, because I've been hearing stories from my grandparents about these white Russians, every time I asked my grandmother, Lola, mo ba maritim mo earrings? Nasa rin nga, tanan mga Russian. Mo ba maritim mo pulseras? Tanan mga Russians. So, I was intrigued because when I also was younger, I studied ballet, and my teacher was trained by a Russian. So, in other words, when I became the mayor in 2004, I really was intrigued and I looked for them. Sa internet, I have a computer, I clicked into Tobago Island, and then I said, I am the mayor of D1, I would like to get in touch with the white Russians who were in Tobago Island in D1. And then in less than 24 hours, a lot of them responded. The rest is history. So I was invited to Australia because 3 years lang sila direct. Dala sila sa San Francisco, sa USA, dala sa Australia and many countries, France, and so many other countries. But the first group of white Russians who invited me were those in Australia. So when they saw me, they were already old. When they saw me, they were crying because they said that this is the first time that somebody from Iran nangita sa amo. They were crying and they were really very happy and they were so emotional because they said that even if they had a very hard time, a difficult time in Tobago Island, they were saved. And you know, mga mayayaman sila. But they are still organized in our group. And in that visit, they gave me photos. They gave me paintings in video or in G1. Malipani Island, Tumabaw Island, oh my God, this is really G1. So I believe that they were really in G1 in Tumabaw Island. So after arriving in Manila, after that visit in Australia, I immediately went to the National Historical Institute, NHI, in the Philippines, in Manila. That was during the time of Director Almozara. And then with all the photographs and the writings, they have books about their stay in Kiwan, documentaries about their stay in Tumabaw Island. So I went to Director Almozara. I said, Director, do you know about the story of the White Russians in Tumabaw Island in Kiwan? And she said, no. And I said, you are the center of history in this country, and you don't know about this very important part of our history. And I told her that these white Russians, are also looking for the ears of President Elpidio Quirino. And Pomba, divine intervention, naadiha ang apo na naka-wheelchair, si Gonzales, Mrs. Gonzales, na anak apo ni President Quirino. And yun, kaya natulungan kami. So, my daughter, who is also studying, because I told my daughter, nung nag-ano siya, nag-masters, pag-aralan mo yung Russians because there is talagang napakagandang historia ng Pilipinas. So, tinulungan kami ng Elpidio Quirino Foundation. Kaya pinadala siya to the places where these white Russians were. That's why may makikita niyo po sa inyong cellphone may documentary dyan. Ano title na to? The Tumabaw Odyssey. Tumabaw Odyssey. It is so, nakapagpagdamdamin. Napakagandang, umiiyak yung mga Russians. So, during the 100-year anniversary of President Quirino, highlight yun. It was highlighted because the Philippines was just came from war, Second World War, but then we accepted 6,500 refugees. Kung iba, hindi natatanggapin. Kaya yung ibang countries ayaw tumanggap eh. Katatapos na ng gera, katatapos na ng problema natin, problema na naman. But the Philippines accepted. So it was there that hinighlight yung humanity ng mga Filipinas because of that. Okay. And also, my Russians, along with our pristine beaches and an amazing view of the Great Pacific Ocean, we have the Calituan Island, as declared by the President Macapagal Arroyo as the surfing capital of the Visayas. Kindness, health, and humanity. These are the Kiwananos' gift to the world. We accepted Marcella, took care of them. They were sick and dying. We accepted the Americans during the war. We hosted the White Russians. And during the Yolanda, kami nag-aalaga sa mga tumulong sa amin, kaya inspired sila tumulong sa amin. Sabi ng mga taga-ibang bayan, out itong mga foreigners na tumutulong sa amin, Mayor, it's really different here in your place. When we were in Haiti, they were not helping us, they were just nagkikirong-tulong. But here in Kiwan, kami pa ang tumutulong, binibigyan ng pagkain, binibigyan ng tubig. In other words, tumutulong kami. Kahit walang bayad, tumutulong kami. That's why rehabilitation and recovery was fast. Yun, I will repeat, kindness, health, and humanity. These are the Kiwan's gift to the world. 500 years, and up to now, We have shown our humanity to strangers coming to our shores. This is us. This is who we are as Giwananons. I thank you for visiting Giwan, Mayor, and Sangguniang Bayan members, and everyone, including the department heads. We feel that we need to improve even to continue with our relationship. We continue promoting our products and we continue giving back. By you ay lanta. And I believe that this benevolent exchange of ideas and goodwill, warmth and friendship between our communities make for a good foundation of our sisterhood act. Bye-bye, City Mayor Jose Carlos Carri, Vice Mayor Ernesto Butawan, Sangguniang Panglunsod members, City Administrator Attorney June Tayunda, bye-bye, City Department heads, of course, LGBT1SB members, Sangguniang members of P1, department heads of P1, Tita Carmen Carri. If you remember me, Tita, we were together with Tita Batin. Ako ay susunod-sunod na rito. Kaya, inira, mag-ira ng mga mayors, mga buwang maghihapon. Kaya ako, idol na lato na sila. Tita Martin, I am very close to Tita Martin. At I am also close to Governor Icon. Kaya lang sa inyo, Tita, kay paulaw mo ko, kay si Tita Martin, sige, sulti. Masulti mo ba siya? Si Tita Carmen, dilit man. So, ako lang sige, sunod-sunod. Every time I see her, sa airport, Tita! Sige, sakay sa plane, pero maulaw ko. Kaya parang dilit ba kahilumdum sa ako? But now, I am really happy that you are here. Finally, magkasakit ang aeroplano, suggestion lang sa inyo kayo. Ako, sometimes, ang ako na ba kay sila mga city, mga munisipyo man lang ang giwan, nga kaulaw ba? Pero, ito na lang natato sa ato mga beauty, ano? So, Tita Carmen Carri was the former congressman of Leyte. Talagang oposisyon, naging mayor, congressman, karon, ano na siya, PCL president. I asked Mayor, how old are you? I said, parehas. Wala akong sinabi, pero alam ko. Anyway, my time to experience Diwan, the hospitality of the Diwananons. You feel safe here in Diwan po. Even if you walk around, wala po. Safe po dito, walang problema. Parang wala nang crime dito, reklano. People here are religious actually. And Consejera Carmen asked me if Sulacan is part of Diwan. It is very much part of Diwan. So we have it all here. We have religious tourism, we have surfing, we have swimming, we have history. You know, I was telling the Department of Tourism when he asked me, what is your edge, Mayor, over other tourist destination? I said, we have history, and our history, we play important roles in the history of the country and in the history of the Philippines. Daghang salamat, enjoy Diwan, and mabuhay po tayo.
Thank you so much, Mayor Annalisa Gonzalez Pong. At this point, we will now proceed for the giving of the token of appreciation. So, we request our dear Mayor and the Mayor of City of Baybay